And here's the thing. They've done it against good quarterbacks. The Bears D has faced 2 Super Bowl winning quarterbacks this year. They've allowed them to complete just 5 of 16 when pressured for a net loss of 15 yards. That is an enormous improvement from last year when the Bears defense allowed the 3rd most yards when applying pressure. So let's take a closer look at this thing. As I mentioned, they were good without Khalil Mack. Is this the best pass rush in the NFL?
Right now, as a team, they have to be. They get rushers into the quarterback's face, and obviously that's going to flush guys out to Khalil Mack. The other added thing that they have is Roquan Smith and Danny Trevathan at linebacker. You can bring pressure from the linebacker positions. And when you, as a defense coordinator, and Vic Fangio can attack you in so many different ways, it's difficult to scheme against this defense and also difficult to pick up the blitz schemes and the pressure. When you get after quarterbacks, when you turn the ball over to your offense and you have a new coordinator, you have Matt Nagy, you have a young quarterback, these are the type of things you have to do. And the Bears are off to a great start this season against 2 very good quarterbacks.
Yeah, this felt like 2 franchises going in different directions in this game. Are the Seahawks officially done?
The Seahawks are done. They are done as we know them, and not just by the play on the field, by the players on the field. Last night, there was only one guy that was there from the original Legion of Boom. And I'm not just talking about in the secondary. I mean up front, linebacking core. And obviously, when KJ Wright and Bobby Wagner get healthy, those guys will start, and those guys will add something to this defense. But the team we know that was downhill on offense, physical, beast mode, that team is gone. The team that could rush 4 and drop 7 into the pass and turn the ball over and pressure the quarterback, that team is no more. And now it's time for a rebuild. So we have to accept that the Seattle Seahawks are the team we want to know, but they also have to accept it as well.
And the difference is now you're building around an elite quarterback who has elite quarterback contract. And that is really the complicated thing here, that the fortunes of that team start to turn. I mean, people will say that it starts to turn when they throw the interception instead of giving it to Lynch on the 1-yard line in the Super Bowl. And that obviously created a rift. But it also starts to turn when you pay the quarterback and all of a sudden you can't afford to pay anybody.
Exactly, and that's why they were good. You heard Jalen talk about it last week when we were speaking about Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. Once you pay the quarterback that type of money, it's hard to pay people to protect them. It's hard to pay people to play defense. It's hard to get people to run the football. And that's the problem that the Seattle Seahawks are having right now. Pete Carroll, Mr. Snyder, they have to find a way to get people around Russell Wilson so you are not wasting his glory years. Because right now, he's doing a whole lot for very little.
Yeah, back in those Super Bowl days, Russell Wilson only represented 1% of their salary cap. Will help if they get Doug Baldwin back.